There is, okay, 2, 3. Yeah, the rest of it was fine. I just jumped on that one.
Are you gonna play?
I can, like that. I'll let you do the intro. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. What's that?
The different melody wise?
Are we? Okay. It fall away from me. My eyes and see there is only love, is only love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. See us my way, and I go inside and get the spirit say there is only love, there is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. So I need to figure out what key we're gonna play Go Tellin' on the Mountain, and then write in the chords, because I was never sure exactly how we were gonna do it.
Oh, I thought we agreed on that.
Okay, F, is that
Yeah.
what it is? F, okay.
And I have chords on this if you want to copy. F, B.
I guess on this page.
But I put chords.
He kept saying, why was dead? Why God was dead?
How would you play it? It's different than, what I'm used to playing it at, but,
Oh,
I just didn't put in all those chords.
oh,
I left most out.
oh. Well, it's
got this.
mostly
Yeah, I didn't, I,
F and B flat.
yeah, I won't do well, it's just that D minor and G minor, that I don't do any of those,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't sound right.
Oh, I don't put the D minor in, I don't think.
Yeah, okay,
I do the G minor.
okay, yeah.
And so for the intro,
Yeah. Okay. Get it on the mountain. Is everywhere. Get it on. Shepherds kept their watching, silent flocks by night. Open blue out the heaven. And tremble. Hang out through. I should have written this one out. It's hard to follow this thing. Set it on the mountain. Jesus Christ is born. You did?
yep. I did.
Fine. Turn it.
Both have kind of different rhythms,
different ways of jazzing it up. So I don't know how it's gonna come together. So am I too loud?
Yeah, it's pretty loud, but I
uh,
don't hear. I don't know where the hum is coming.
I thought that was just my ears.
So you can hear that. Yeah, no.
No,
not the
it's-
Monitor, they're not even on. It's coming out of that speaker, or these speakers.
Hello, hello, hello? Bop, 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 bop. I don't, yeah. Yeah, I don't hear a hum here.
You don't
Oh,
like
now
it?
I do. Now I do. Yep, yep.
Huh.
Huh, that's not good. Oh, no. Oh, no. They got blown out at some point? What?
Yeah, but it was like we could have all those lights on and we didn't have any hum. So I don't know what happened, but we can try that and see if that's what makes the difference. Work Friday? We went back in the hard drive, we didn't use this one.
Really?
It's a.
She lives. You want to sing congregational songs with us? Oh, good.
Ron showed them to me.
Easy, yeah.
This, but I hope we can figure out that. I don't want to have to do that.
I haven't warmed up yet from the plunge.
Oh, I don't know how you can, I don't know how you can do that on days like this. I don't know how you can do it at all. Let's see. Oh.
Just like,
Oh.
always need 7.5 minutes instead of 10. I was like, I'm done.
Oh. Steve's talking about doing the polar plunge on New Year's, but I said, count me out. I'll be in the car with the heater on and hot chocolate for you.
Usually take some hot tea with me, and I didn't today,
Oh,
but it really does help to get in the car.
Hot.
And then the other thing is,
mm. We can't have ruined our speakers already. We can't. It only takes one pop, right?
This is picking something up. This is like a mic picking up something.
Is it the air?
Mute everything and see if it makes any difference.
Well, if you notice when the air turns off, see if it's still there, because it's a motor noise. It's not a feedback or static.
Hmm.
And it is let's see. It's a
It-
motor, a low end, more bass, not a, yeah,
Yeah.
it's both of them, but I don't think it's the speakers.
I mean, because all I hear is the heater.
Right. And I think it's probably connected to it because it's got the same basic volume pattern.
Hmm.
Anyway, so I think you can sort of calm down, just chew up the speaker.
Oh,
I gotta figure. Or maybe I should just let, because, yeah, I have a completely different.
a different rhythm. We both
I
are
might
doing
just-
different
might
rhythms
just do
and
that.
melodies
Uh,
and
Okay. Well, let's go over it though, or, and then we'll go over deep love.
Okay.
Check 1, 2. What?
Oh, here. You look warm. Your
Yeah.
coat looks. Oh, good. Okay, so go tell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I try to swing the chorus a little bit, but I
Testing
don't
1, 2,
always get
testing
it
1,
swung.
2.
So. So,
Over the hills and go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Shepherds kept their watching over silent flocks by night. Behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Heaven on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Shepherds feared and trembled.
what happened?
It's hot, it's pretty hot. Maybe this is for you, is it?
Well, I'm not doing the everyone because I'm just going, it,
Well, do you want to, what key do you usually do it in?
I always did it in E, but then it's not written that way, so.
E. Ugh.
Cool.
It's only a half step.
Yeah, so, well, we'll just keep it like this. It's just, yeah,
Do
have
I
to-
need to just play it more straight?
Okay,
Do I need to? But would that help, or does it bug you
it
that I?
might help the congregation.
But
I don't
it's
know.
so fun.
I don't know. I don't
Just
know what's
keep
wrong
doing
with
it like
that.
that, yeah.
All right. So,
I just gotta get used to it.
and the verses I'm just doing straight.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
So let's do that second verse. Right on the verse. The shepherds.
Okay.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Tremble when low. Now the angel voice that hailed our Savior's birth. And the mountain over the hills and everywhere. And the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Down in the lonely manger, the humble flesh was born. And God sent us salvation and blessed Christmas morn. Heaven on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
Okay. I do these.
Last time, do you want to do the chorus twice?
That'd be good.
Anyway, just.
Okay.
kinda fun.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt like an abrupt ending. Okay. So then deep peace.
Where you start that?
Okay, yeah, let me get my settings down first. Down so I see if it. Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the introduction was. So it draws me to your deep, deep love for the intro. Does that work for you?
Yeah. Ashes burn. Your deep, deep love inside me. How I long to be your voice. It draws me to your deep, deep deep, deep love. Your deep, deep love fills my life. Draws me to your deep,
Just for a second.
your deep love washes over me. Your deep love fills me your voice call out my name. It draws me to your deep, deep
We could tag it draws me. Or not.
I didn't hear what you said.
We could do it draws me to your deep, deep love one
Oh,
to end. No.
What's that?
it draws me to your deep, deep love twice.
It draws me to your
Deep, deep
Yeah. I didn't know you all were practicing on that day, so that's why I didn't come, because I didn't come to the thing. So I thought that the practice was gonna be another day, and I kept thinking, man, we're on it, they're there a long time today.
Oh, can you come? Can you
Oh,
sing?
no, I mean, I do not wanna do that. Like, I don't.
She's talking about Sunday practice. She thinks
Oh,
you're talking about
Sunday
the other
practice.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I
and
can
the-
come Monday
because-
because that's it. Yeah,
You're all on two
for-
different
Sunday
for-
pages.
Yeah, I just, I don't, I, you know, I stopped doing it back when we were, and then I did it the last 2 years. I just don't, and I have so, it's like everybody asks me to do something around here. I just, this morning, the neighbors, do this. It's like,
Oh.
it seems like I never get a day where somebody's not asking me to do something.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I said, right now, I want to get this thing pressed up to all day. Christmas,
Yeah.
I'm super behind on it.
Draws me to
Crunch.
your
My car is
deep,
full of stuff. I can't get it in my car. Anyway,
All right. Very very sad. And somebody returned their music folder,
Oh,
and I don't know who it was. It was on the piano, and there were only like 2 women and 2 men, other than Ron and me, that were even singing. So, and so I
thought they wanted to keep it here so they didn't lose it or something, but,
it felt like a return.
yeah.
Should we do There's Only Love? On Deep, Deep Love, the rhythms are.
Yeah,
should-
I don't have that, I just
Yeah.
have this.
Oh,
So.
should we,
I think it's
should
more
we make it
straight.
straight? Should I make
Uh,
it straight? Because, like,
'Cause I thought it was like.
oh,
Is that not right?
no. It's- And they're not, no one's.
Okay, so we'll just do it.
Washes over. But, so now it's in my head. Should we, I'm trying to do it, how. Washes over.
Depends on how it goes with your pianist.
I know. Oh, everybody's singing, so it'll just go how it goes. Everybody will do their own.
I think it's such a pretty song. I don't like it straight as much, but it is probably easier for people, but it depends on how it goes with your pianist.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe I'll just,
So what are we doing wrong?
Well,
I think I was getting a lot, I noticed I was
The-
getting a lot of the rhythms wrong. Because I'd hear you before me. But I can try to watch and see, because typically I
Well-
can tell people nod their head a little bit as they sing,
yeah.
and I can try to watch that more. That's how I do with him. It's like, I don't think people
But-
realize it, but when you're trying to keep up with somebody, you can kind of usually tell. 'Cause
Your rhythm is easier to sing and easier to follow. So why don't we do it that way? So it's like, washes over me. Am I doing? I don't know if I'm doing it your way or my way now.
I doubt it. I usually do, washes over me.
Washes over me. Okay, that's a little easier
Okay.
because it's washes over. Anyway, it's syncopated.
It seems like it goes with your piano
Yeah.
notes. Maybe that's why I'm
Washes
doing
over me. We'll do that. Yeah. We'll,
Supposed to hold out her over me.
yeah. But let's do it Kelly's way. It's easier.
I think
Washes over me. Your deep, deep love fills my every need. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So holding voice, holding fills, holding washes
Okay.
a bit more.
Okay. I mean, I can,
Washes. It's like it's dotted. Washes over me. Bum, 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 bum. We'll do that. We'll do that. And that's easy to follow, I think, for the congregation.
and
I hope I remember.
if they're doing it off a little bit.
It won't matter.
We can try it.
Oh, do you have a part with? Yay. Let's try it. Oh, good, we
All
have
I have is
time.
this thing here, so.
Oh, you need music.
I'll try it with this and let me see. He said I had a
Yeah,
thing
but
at
it's at
home, but,
yeah. It's one of these things, yeah. So
Well, do you want to try it?
I'll try it
All right.
and see, because
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of remember,
You'd have
but,
to go home and get it yet.
no, I'm
Okay.
okay.
Well, we could copy this one.
There's so many pages, so.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll try, and if it doesn't work out, no big deal. I just won't sing it.
ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A silent wish sails the seven seas. The winds of change whisper in the trees, and the walls of doubt crumble, tossed and torn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
Oh, no.
For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass when a child is born. It's all a dream and illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. This, oops, that's the part I gotta figure out.
Because there's the
Wait for it to
break.
do that.
Yeah.
So let's do it again. When a child is born. This.
Wait, nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to come in right with you, right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you did it and then he came in.
No, which child is born? And we're supposed to be together
On this.
on this.
Okay.
So maybe,
When a child is born, this comes to pass. This.
Oh, okay. then.
When a child is born. So let me see if I can get that count.
I'm not getting.
no. Oh, you're coming in way over there? I'm looking at the second line, not the top line.
Somebody, that's a.
Oh,
That's
oh.
not the lead line.
Well, let's try it, because I
this is
was
the lead line.
playing it like you were coming in there.
See, yeah,
So-
that's what,
That's the problem.
yeah, see, I sing the top
This
line.
comes to pass when a child is
This comes to pass when a child is born. So Kelly would be singing.
Kelly could do that.
That
This
actually is
comes
her
to
line,
pass. Yeah.
I need notes on,
Yeah.
on,
Well, why don't you just go home and get your whole
no, no,
thing?
no, I mean, I'm talking about
Or I guess
piano
it-
notes, not
Oh,
key notes.
oh, on
On that. Oh, not that
that,
one, but
where,
let's see. I usually, I think I came in like. Change was. The whole first verse, I think he said by himself, and then
yeah.
the silent wish.
There we go. Testing 1, 2. Here we are. Blessings. Blessings for being the coffee maker and all the things that you're doing. I mean, this lady is multi-dimensional in one package. Cool, thank you.
Why don't we
Oh,
just sing?
a silent wish, just something, something to change. Whisper in the tree, walls are dark. This comes to pass. And the thing, yeah, yeah. Well, and what happens, Ron, is the melody goes to the different lines, you know. So you just have to.
Not how I have it written here, but maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Because
It
the
is.
melody goes
Singing
down.
here,
Well,
And then,
I come in.
I'm not
That's
talking
exactly
about
you
how
have it
it's written. We did this by, I highlighted the parts I was gonna sing.
That's right, and you're singing here, and here I come in there. I echo there, on the last line. This is you.
When a child is born.
Oh, not echo, but come in first.
Okay, so I come in first.
and I
Yes.
think,
No, I come in first here. That's me.
Okay.
That's me. You'll hear it, just
Okay.
You'll
listen
hear-
for it.
and I think on that where we were trying to come in together on this concept, that I can hit the chord and then you can come in as you feel
Yeah,
it.
so that's what you did last year.
Okay, yeah,
That's,
yeah,
because I remember that, yeah.
yeah, because coming in together is
Right.
too hard, yeah.
Come on, Ron. It's not hard.
It's not hard, but it's hard for me to know what you guys are wanting to do.
It's not when, if you'll go, if it is, if you're gonna sit down and not listen.
You just sing the melody. You just sing the song. Like you're singing the solo, you're doing the melody, wherever
I'll
it
put my hand
is.
out when you're not supposed to sing.
Don't do that.
Well, just for the practice.
So from the beginning or the
You'll
back? Or,
remember.
Just,
Just go from the beginning.
a hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A silent wish sails the seven seas. The winds of change whisper through the trees, and the walls of doubt crumble, tossed and torn. This comes to pass when a child is born. For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass when a child is born. It's all a dream and illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. This comes to pass. This comes to pass when a child is born.
That's why I put my hand out, so you wouldn't sing right there. All you have to do is wait for me to sing this. After you do your high one, I go, this
It
comes
seems
to
like,
pass.
but it seems like the lead would do that first one,
Well, that's
and
not
you would.
how we-
I know it's
Yeah.
I know it's not how it's written.
Okay, so
But
we
it-
can do
Let's
that.
leave it, no,
No,
let's
no.
leave it the way we're doing
You were
it.
doing it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because
Just
either
so you
way,
know.
I'm fine with. Okay, so let's just go from It's All a Dream.
It's all a dream.
It's all a dream and illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
This comes to pass.
This comes to pass when a child is born.
Beautiful.
So
Yes,
you're gonna
and
pause.
and I'll hit the chord, and then
Follow it.
you come in when it feels right.
So is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, or if you sing it first, then don't sing it second, and then I'll do it second.
Second.
Either way.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
That's-
forget.
But y'all were saying two different things, so I didn't
Right,
know
right,
which
right.
one to follow. She was saying sing it first, you were saying sing it second, so.
She said she thought that sounded nicer if you did it first. So,
But
yeah.
do it how you know what you're doing. You choose. You do it. It's your song. I'll try to keep out of the way.
No, it was fine, we just had to decide how to do that. Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
Very key changes, but it's just because I haven't practiced. So I mean, just not because the piano feels nicely and all that anyway. So
Yes.
Ron's not loving it today.
But it will be lovely when he sings it. It
It's
is.
being tricky with me adding in.
Well, yeah, because we weren't,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get the chords.
Wow, this thing is interesting. I thought you had little feet.
But I was just gonna let you play it, huh? Over the hills and everywhere.
Oh my gosh, yeah, okay, so.
Tell it on the mountain.
You could just do a steady.
What chord is that? The G, the G's, I guess it's a C.
And it looks like there's, I thought there were beads in the bottom or something.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Where that piece of paper is.
Oh, that's, it really is. That's
Yeah,
very
see
cool.
the way I played it, but that's just gonna mess thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
isn't that cool with that happening?
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah. And see, I'm doing go tell,
So it,
go
I'll
tell.
just
Da,
let the
da.
piano,
But yours would be easier to sing too. I can do it.
but I don't
can
have
do
the
it.
chords for it.
Oh,
I have the E chords, and then I only play those three chords, E, B, and A. I don't play any of the other
Well-
chords. Yeah, I can't do it by that.
if you capo up one, you could use your E chords,
Yeah.
right, to do it in F.
Yeah, it's just that I think I play the chords in a different place than you, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
So let me, or you play it and I'll play along, but I
See.
won't sing.
all right.
I might not be able to play and sing on this one since we don't know what we're doing right now.
On the mountain, over the hills, everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. I don't think
I'm
any of
barely
them.
playing it.
I don't think the mics are on or the.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to figure out a rhythm to play
Wi-
with.
Well,
with
do
that
your rhythm and I'll go out because it's better to have the guitar with.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, Jesus Christ is born. Good marched and trembled. I just play it your way.
No, I like having the guitar in. It makes it
Yeah.
fuller, and then we'll add the.
I don't have my chords with me, so I keep hitting the wrong chords.
Oh, you don't have the E chords with you.
Or, yeah, no, I don't have it
Oh.
with me at all, because I didn't think we were gonna do that one. I mean, do it that way, so I figured I was just gonna sing along with it.
Okay. I'm not. Yeah. All right. Oh, do it? So, intro. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. When shepherds and behold, through the heavens they surround Yep.
Yeah, that works good.
All right.
We'll help you sing.
Yes, good.
Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can work with.
It's gonna sing. Singers, yay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't have my right glasses on. No wonder I was messing up the notes. I don't know why the tissues are on my piano. I must make people cry. Oh.
That lady Ashton, the one we were talking about last night, Kevin. What's her name? That played the piano.
Oh, Nan? Nan.
Nan.
Asked for him that day she played.
She is always sniffling, so,
Oh.
He asked for tissues.
yeah.
Oh.
She is so sweet.
Yeah, it was
She told me
lovely.
guitar last night, and she said, "Did you see me play?" And I said, "I did." And she said, "I love playing Christmas songs."
It was so sweet. Oh, really? Oh, well, it was so sweet. It
But
was
yeah,
lovely.
She's a real sweetheart. I didn't even know she played piano. I want to sing next summer out at those things. Maybe sing.
At Betsy's?
Yeah, Sunrise Sunset with her. She would
Oh.
love it. I just have to learn the words, but.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi, good morning. Please tell me that neither one of you turned in your folder of
I did. I'm the one that turned it in on the piano.
piano.
when it was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're still singing?
No.
Why? No,
Because I just don't have it anymore in my
you
voice.
do.
Blessings, 1, 2, 3. Blessings, 1, 2, 3. There it is.
But
I
there-
don't like to sing anymore. I like
I
to sing
thought
in
you-
the congregation. Why is that not good?
Well, because I'm the only woman, and my voice is not
Be the only woman?
I'll be the only woman
Yeah.
flat here, right?
Well, Shakti's trying. Am I still turned on? Can you turn me off, please?
Come hold my hand, friend, so I can feel your warmth. There's no need to hide away. The truth of who you are. There's nothing but beauty resting in my eyes. Let's dance together. Let's dance up a storm. This moment is sacred. Remembering one. Come hold my hand, friend, so I can feel your warmth. There's no need to hide away. The truth of who you are. 'Cause there's nothing but beauty resting in my eyes. Let's dance together. sacred. I remember him one. Come hold my hand. So I can feel your warmth. There's no need to hide away. The truth of who you are. 'Cause there's nothing but beauty resting in my eyes. Let's dance together. Let's dance up a storm. This moment is sacred. I'm good at trust, accept the fall. Accept the fall. Love, please stand still till I can find a foothold, and I will pull myself up to you. I'm good at trust, accept the fall. Accept the fall. Love, please come home so I can tell you of the perfect colors in this November day. I'm good at trust, except the fall. But I should know by now that even the ones who fly need first to fall.
Good morning, welcome home. Let's join in singing I Am Home. I am home, I am home. I have traveled far along this road and now I'm home. Shalom, shalom. In the love of God, I am home. I am home. I am home. I have traveled far along this road and now I'm home. Shalom, shalom. In the love of God, I am home.
Oh, good morning and welcome to Unity, spirituality with open hearts and open minds, and welcome to Unity during this Advent Christmas season. We've had our Festival of Lights, and so we've kicked off the season in style and blessed to do that together. And then today is our White Elephant Christmas party. Woohoo! That's always a highlight. And then Thursday, we've got the Key City Players Theater Group And then on Saturday, we're going to have an amazing winter solstice event with the singing bowls with Michelle and with chanting and all kinds of wonderful things. So mark your calendar today so that you don't miss any of those wonderful activities. So this afternoon, Thursday, and Saturday, and then the following Sunday, we'll be back together again. So lots of opportunities to really enjoy one another in this amazing season of love and light. Today is the Light of Love on our Advent program, and we're going to begin, as we always do, by singing Come Light, Light of God, which reminds us of the divine light within each and every one and in all of creation and all of life. Come light, light of God, give light to creation, enlighten our hearts and remain with your world. Come light, light of God, give light to creation, enlighten our hearts, and remain with your world. Oh, and now we're going to light the Advent candles, and then we'll be singing a song. But first, the candles. The tradition with which we follow is the Waldorf tradition that ties very much into the ancient and Celtic traditions in terms of the symbology. And it comes through Isolde Perry, who was our children's coordinator years ago, back when we were at the Masonic Hall. And it comes from the Rudolf Steiner tradition, someone I have studied for decades. So we light the first candle of Advent. The first light of Advent is the light of the stones, the light that lives in crystals, in seashells, and in bones. And it represents hope and faith. The second light of Advent is the light of plants, plants that reach up to the sun and in the breezes dance. And this is the energy of peace. And this day is our third candle. The third light of Advent is the light of the beasts, the creatures, the beasts who tread upon the world and gave their stable for his birth. The power of love. So hope and faith, peace and love. And with that energy, I invite you to stand and let us unite our voices in singing, There Is Only Love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away.
is only love. And if you look on the picture, there's our beloved Simon. And look over Simon's shoulder. Tom Drake. Tom is with us in love and spirit this day. And Claudia, we all surround you with our love, as does Tom. And we're going to be working this week on putting together a service. It's going to be on Sunday, December the 29th in the afternoon. So we'll give you more information about that. But spiritual presences all around us, and embodied today is Nancheska. Nancheska is back with us from Squim. She's done great with her rehab. She can walk up and down the halls, and she's going to get to go home soon. So there is only love. Love heals and sets us free and keeps us united beyond time and space. There is truly only love. Please be seated.
You can sit down, Elaine. Well, good morning, everybody. So, there we go. There we go, Anza. We got the whole house here. For those of you that don't know of Anza, she was a stalwart here for years and years and years, and a light that always led up the Festival of Lights. So today is the third Sunday of Advent. And as I was thinking about Advent and my personal journey, I went back and kind of looked at it, and I've been following this whole thing, and I think I'm starting to get it. So, about 25 years or so ago, I happened to wander into a New Thought church, and they talked about this Christ consciousness thing, the Christ within. And I had never heard it that way. Never had put it together that way. And I thought, wow, that is really something. And then they talked about that in expressing that Christ consciousness, we step into all the manifestations of the spiritual world in form. So the closer we get to our Christ consciousness, the more that the spiritual system, so to speak, and all the principles fall into line, and they start manifesting in front of you. And so I go, wow, that is really cool. And from where I was coming from, I thought, wow, I could use that. Let's see how that goes. So time went on, and I came away with this. I didn't see it as hope at the time. I think it was more curiosity. But there was a hope, I believe, that was underlying that said, hey, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can figure this thing out. And as time went on, I immersed myself. I mean, it just grabbed me. Right time, right place, right circumstances, just grabbed me. And a place when, quite frankly, my life was in a low spot. So anyway, as I went along, I started having experiences that backed up the fact that I was becoming more conscious, if you will. Not figuring it out, but stepping into it, whatever that looked like. And I started having these experiences that really said, yeah, I'm on the right path. This makes sense. It's starting to work for me, and blah, blah, blah. And the whole thing about prosperity and you name it. And so eventually I got to the place where I am now, where I go like, I know that I know that I know. You know, and it's still a work in progress, believe me. But at least I know that I know that I know that I don't know. Yeah. So, there was, my hope moved to faith, and in a very strong way. And then, many of you know my story about peace, so one of the things I was looking for out of all this was some peace in my life and some balance that I was missing. And through meditation and prayer and all the work that I was doing, going to Unity Village where I found my comma in Peace Be Still, it just that was the place, that was the place where I finally got that place of peace that I could let all of this outside stuff go away for me. And it changed, fundamentally changed how I walked about my day, in that I've started to figure out right away that I need to go back to that comma, that place of peace, that thing. And I learned a meditation technique to let me do that with my eyes open, so that made it easy when working around in the daytime. So start with hope and faith and the peace. And the day is about love. And what Jesus said is not to do love. Jesus said to be love. Now, that's a biggie. And there's a big distinction between that. I can do loving things or having loving thoughts. We all do that. But to be love is to fundamentally come from that position in all circumstances. In the middle of conflict, of fear, and all the rest, is to be love in the middle of that. You think of that, the history of Jesus' ministry and what he represented and what he went through and what he explained and kept talking about, is that be like little children. The love and the awe that a childhood expresses, that purity of love that just doesn't, it's not judgmental, it doesn't all these other kinds of things. So we have been studying this thing called the Course of Love. And I didn't bring it today, it was about that thick. And one of the things it says in here, if I can find it, that the Course of Love's premise is that to be love, we need to separate, we need to heal the separation. That is, that not to come from a place of duality, where there's us, me, you, us, them, and, to be completely one with all of our life and all of the life around us. And here's what the Course of Miracles says. When you heal separation, the duality, then, as the Course says, then you will see that in the beginning, before the beginning, and before the before, there was only love. So then you go through the Bible and look at what they talk about love, and then this agape love, this place of where everything, all circumstances, you can find love and be love in the middle of all that circumstances. Unity is about ready to publish a book called Understanding Your Soul, and I was invited to preview this book and make some comments before they publish it. And the premise of the book is that your soul is that house of love within you, the home of love. And then as you step into being and doing more loving things, your soul expands. And then in reverse, if you're not quite there, it contracts, and it does it all the time. The idea of being love is to make your soul be complete love, have that completely immersed within your manifestation. Jesus demonstrated that. We're all working that direction. I'm not sure I'm going to make it here in my lifetime, but you never know. Life runs eternal, so I got a time yet. So this healing of the separation gives us an opportunity then to be that love that we're meant to be. And the healing of the separation is really to just sit in those moments within yourself and find that place of peace, of quiet, and then operate from that position. So the whole thing about Advent is the great expectation of what's going to come up on December 25th. It's a reminder, a remembrance of that on that night, in the Christmas story, that Christ consciousness was born in the world. It's not that it wasn't there before, it's being demonstrated. And so as Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is here right now. We just have to open our eyes and be able to see it. And that's the same with this Christ consciousness. We just have to open our eyes and experience it and express it. So today, with love, the daily word steps right into that event. It says, on my Advent journey, I abide in love. And by the way, I did not read this ahead of time before I did all this other stuff. One of the most beloved verses of Scripture calls me to recognize love as the greatest spiritual blessing. Today I will take the words of Apostle Paul to heart and abide in love everywhere I go. To the marketplace, I will spread my warmth with kind interactions with clerks and fellow customers. At meetings, whether at work-related or social, I will offer words of cheer to greet everyone as a beloved child of God, which they are. I express my love in moments of unconditional appreciation for all people and all things. The more I look for reasons to share my love, the more I will find love. Especially during the Advent season, there are many opportunities to visit, to care, to give. I will choose the ones that will fill my heart to overflowing. Today, I will abide in love. And from Corinthians, and now faith, hope, and love abide. These three, and the greatest of these is love. On my Advent journey, I abide in love. Not only today, but as we express ourselves going forward through the Advent season, past December 25th, and for the rest of our lives. And so it is. Amen.
So now we get to settle into that sanctuary at the core of our being as we sit side by side in this spiritual home that we have co-created together. It's a place of hope and faith. It is a place of peace. It is a place of love. And next week we'll bring in joy as we celebrate this Christmas season and our Festival of Lights next week. So center in this day and feel yourself surrounded by kindred souls who walk beside you on this journey of life. Let us unite our voices as we sing Sanctuary, settling in and yet still side by side with those we love and who love us so deeply. Sanctuary.
Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you.
Oh, and so settle into this holy moment, feeling Mother Earth beneath your feet, sustaining and nourishing you. Father Sky above your head. with lights by day and by night and fresh breezes bringing new possibilities. And all around you, the created world with its infinite variety of shapes and forms and expressions of divine light made manifest. As all of the kingdoms that we honor with the Advent candles, all part of this season and this time of nativity. Oh, allow yourself to realize that this Advent season is your personal journey at a level of soul into a welcoming of Christ consciousness as a light at the core of your own being. This spark has been with you since before your first breath and will be with you beyond that last breath. It is the divine spark that is uniquely you, your soul, as it journeys through the world. Even as we have Mother Earth and Father Sky with the created world dancing between them, so we have the love of Mary, who magnifies the divine through her soul, uniting with the love of Joseph, who responds to the call when it comes, and then the beautiful love of the Christ child, the creation made between their union of love. And for us as well, this consciousness of being born anew in love. Take a moment and reflect on your journey of soul that has brought you to this moment with all of its unfoldings, the challenges and the blessings, the joy and the grief, the communion between spirit and embodiment that we grow in understanding and in perception of. You are on a journey of soul, and this Advent season invites you to pilgrimage in this world beside others who gather to honor the spark of light that is the Christ light, by whatever name each spiritual tradition may call it. Bring yourself now exactly as you are in your life, exactly as it is, having journeyed to this moment. Oh, and realize, be aware of all of the blessings around you. Where for you is hope. Where for you is peace. Where for you is love in this moment. Feel all of these blessings around you and realize that just like the shepherds and the Magi and Mary and Joseph and the angels that will come, all were making their own journeys of soul, not only for themselves but to inspire you, even as your presence in the world now invites you to be that light and to share your journey with others with a deepening consciousness of love. Open now to receive a blessing. Beloved is where we begin, from Circle of Grace by Jan Richardson. Let this bless you on this journey that is the Advent season of which you are a part and which invites you to take this journey through the landscape of soul. Beloved is where we begin. If you would enter into the wilderness, do not begin without a blessing. Do not leave without hearing who you are. Beloved, named by the one who has traveled this path before you. Do not go without letting it echo in your ears. And if you find it hard to let it into your heart, do not despair. That is what this journey is for. I cannot promise this blessing will free you from danger, from fear, from hunger or thirst, from the scorching of the sun or the fall of the night. But this I can tell you, that on this path there will be help. I can tell you that on this way there will be rest. I can tell you that you will know the strange graces that come to our aid only on a road such as this, that fly to meet us, bearing comfort and strength, that come alongside us for no other cause than to lean themselves toward our ear, and with their curious insistence whisper our name, beloved, beloved, beloved. Open in willingness to live this pilgrimage of Advent at a depth of being that will allow you to receive and to give all the gifts of spirit and of embodiment that are ours to share during this season of light and love and Christ energy. In this place where you know you are beloved and you walk not alone, I invite you now to uplift all the prayers that are yours this day, silently or aloud, however you are so guided, into this sanctuary, into this place of hope and peace and love. Now pour forth all of your prayers, knowing that the universe is already moving to meet you and those for whom you pray on this journey with help and rest and strange graces. Let us pray. We add to these prayers all of those entrusted to our High Watch prayer chaplains, written, spoken, or sent soul to soul. And we unite this day in prayer with all of those who pray with love in their hearts and hold prayers of peace for one and all. Let us find this presence of peace and love wherever we journey, for beloved is where we begin, and beloved ever walks with us and as us. Let us affirm this as we sing once again, Sanctuary.
Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, open-hearted, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I am a living sanctuary for you.
Blessings this Advent season. May the light of the Christ shine all around you, and may it emanate from your own heart as well. And now a beautiful piece of music, When a Child is Born.
A ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A silent wish sails the seven seas. The winds of change whisper in the trees, and the walls of doubt crumble, tossed and torn. This comes to pass when a child is born. For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass when a child is born. It's all a dream and illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born.
This comes to pass.
This comes to pass when a child is born.
beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? I love that song, When a Child is Born. Oh, I was blessed to serve as a pediatric nurse as part of my lifetime this time. And I did pediatric ICU and saw little tiny ones that were born that needed a little extra assistance. But each one of them, no matter how tiny they were, you looked in their eyes and you saw that spark of the divine, and you saw a unique personality, a soul that wasn't like any of the other little tiny beings there or anywhere else in the world. And so each one of us was that child that was born at one point. For some of us more years ago than others. David and I were talking about how fast life has been passing, and we just went to Texas and we saw not only our grown kids, but their children and now great-grandchildren. And it's like, wow, but each and every one of them is a unique and different spark of the divine. I taught multi-handicapped children, and each one of them had a unique, wise soul and light that shone from their eyes. My brother Doug, that was probably the greatest gift he gave me, was no matter what the outer appearance, look at one another with love and with the eyes to see the soul that is moving through this world in this particular physical form, the body, the temple of the soul. And it's all about the beauty of everyday life. When St. Francis decided to do the Nativity, up until then, it was Christmas Eve was total high holy, was done in Latin, was read by the priest, and that was it. And St. Francis was like, but this whole world is divine, it's sacred. Let's be right where we are and bring that high holy awareness into the mundane everyday life. So in the village, bring your cow, bring your sheep, bring your goats. And who wants to dress up and be a magi? Who wants to just wear their everyday clothes and be a shepherd? He wanted to take the message of the man Jesus, which was the power of love, to change us and our worlds right where we are, and to have that be made visible. So instead of beings, people that were on the planet over 2,000 years ago, it becomes us. It becomes each and every one of us. And it's about the beauty of embracing everyday life. That's what the high holy days are about. Not to be different, but to remind us that they're all actually high holy days when we move through the world. Joan Hodson in the Christmas Festival writes something that I absolutely love. She says, in essence, Christmas teaches us the lesson of the earth initiation. The lesson of the earth initiation are spiritual beings coming here and being embodied. The purpose of man's incarnation is to find and to demonstrate the magic of the Christ Spirit in the commonplace. The true saints on earth are not those who seem so good as to make everybody else feel uncomfortable, but rather those whose love, faith, and kindliness so shine through a very ordinary exterior that they make the world a happier and kindlier place by their presence. They are the simple folk who delight in the magic of Christmas. I love that, the magic of Christmas, and recognizing what that is. From the lights to the Christmas trees, to the candles and the gifts, to the nativity scenes, to the services in the Advent season. All of it is meant to be a way for you to renew your awareness that just as the shepherds and the Magi and Mary and Joseph were doing a soul journey in this story, so we are doing those journeys as well. One of the things I loved when I came to Unity was, for the first time, the Bible really made sense for me, because it wasn't just about something rigid. It was, these are living examples of how you can be. They're examples when you've got Moses wandering through the wilderness. Haven't we all done that before? And he should have gotten there very quickly. It wasn't many miles, but they went in circles for generations until it was time to cross into the Holy Land. How many times have you had some issue that you find yourself going round and round again with before you finally let it go? All of the characters, the stories, are meant to be spiritual guides to help us. And all of the elements of the nativity are not found in just one gospel. They're found in different ones. And so you have to weave these threads together to get the entire scene that we see as a nativity, and to have all of the characters come together. On Thursday, on December the 12th, at 12:12, Michelle led us, and she did the singing bowls, and we did a meditation. People were spread out all in here on their mats or sitting in chairs, and it was just amazing. Can you believe 12:12 on 12:12? And 24, which is a double 12. The number 1 is divine oneness. 2 is the two who have the choice to come together or to be separate. It's duality and polarity, and the beauty of love bringing us together as two who unite in a sense of honoring one another, which brings them into spiritual oneness and communion with each other. And then you do 1 + 2, and what do you get? 3. The Holy Trinity, the sacred three that is found in all of the different spiritual traditions. It's heaven and earth and how they dance together in us. The early church, you had Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit in the early church tradition was feminine. It wasn't until later church councils that it became masculine as well. When you think about creation, I remember as a child going, you've got a dad and you've got the child, but you don't have a mom anywhere? You're missing part of the wonder of creation. And you're missing those who hold up half of the sky. And so the Trinity is actually Father, Mother, and divine creation. Mary, Joseph, and the child, Jesus, Yeshua, Jesus, however you pronounce it, comes from the two of them and the love that they shared. Love is the greatest power. It's the greatest commandment. Charles Fillmore called it the harmonizing power of the universe. Can't you think of moments when in love you've harmonized, and then you've gotten disharmonized, and then you can reharmonize again? Gene Houston calls love evolutionary energy par excellence. In high empathy, there is high empowerment, a quickening, and the birth of the Christos, the Christ energy. Emmett Fox says there's no difficulty that enough love will not conquer. Nothing that love cannot conquer. If you had a sufficient realization of love, you would be the happiest, most powerful being on earth. It's about recognizing that, as the scripture says, it's love for self, for others, and even for enemies. That it's meant to be done with every layer of our being, body, mind, heart, and soul. All of those are part of what the dance of love is. And it begins with a recognition that the divine is love. That's what Jesus said. That's what the scriptures all through the world say. The power of love. In A Course of Love, it tells us where we made kind of a tweak that led us in the wrong direction. While God is nothing but a source of love, you have, in your doubt, made God the source of fear. Pause a moment here and let the enormity of that confusion sink in. For this is the reversal of thinking that will pave the way for all the rest. As Simon said, God made us in its image, and then we turned around and did the same thing. And so if we're angry and fearful, well, then surely God is going to be a God of wrath and anger and something to be afraid of. No, all of the spiritual traditions remind us we emerge from a spiritual matrix, became embodied as light took form and as divine possibilities and potential took form. And then we get to do this together. God is a God of love. That's why Jesus called God Abba, Papa, term of endearment. Not stern, judgmental being in the sky, but Papa, someone who loved and that he loved. The love of Mary is the divine feminine love of receptivity. She's the one to whom the angel Gabriel came and said, "Be not afraid." Always start with that when you're an angel. Be not afraid. Said the same thing to the shepherds. Said the same thing to Mary. Be not afraid. I'm here to bring you this amazing soul that you will get to be mother for. Annie Kirkwood talks about the power of Mother Mary. And to this day, the Marianite sightings are expanding around the world, over and over in different places. That divine feminine energy is arising to take us in its arms. That love of Mary, of Mother, divine Mother. In the ancient times, it was Isis. And you see Mother Mary, and just as Isis was standing on a crescent moon, so Mother Mary is pictured standing on a crescent moon. It's that divine feminine love that is willing to allow itself to open and be a channel for birthing of new creations. The mantra that comes with Mother Mary is, "My soul magnifies the Lord." My soul magnifies. You take who you are, and you can either hide it or you can allow it to be seen. And she reminds us, let your light shine. And of course, Jesus has lots of analogies around that. Don't hide your light under a bushel basket. Let it shine. Mother Mary on her soul journey is to remind us to be open to the unexpected, to possibilities, and to be willing to be channels of that divine creation. She says, "Here I am, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word." Let it be with me according to your word. Let me magnify the light that I carry as a unique soul. And then there's, of course, the love of Joseph, the masculine energy that was the protector and the provider in the classic sense. His name actually means Jehovah will add to. So through his being father, he took the ancient Jewish tradition of Jehovah and I think blended it with the Essene mystical tradition. And then with that, I embrace all of that, but I add to it in what I co-create and bring into the world with Mary. He listened to the angels that came to him in dreams. I don't know if they told him not to be afraid or not, since it was in a dream. But he listened. And that was why he took Jesus and Mary and took them to Egypt, where they were for many, many years, until in another dream, he gets the guidance to bring them back. And so they return once again to the Holy Land from Egypt, bringing all of what they must have learned while they were there. And so he was so beloved that on the cross, Jesus calls out to him. The greatest prayer, the Lord's Prayer, begins with "Our Father." Not mine, ours. And so Joseph's mantra is respond to the call. Up until this year, I changed it this year. Nothing is ever stagnant in my notes. I can never give the same talk twice, even if I wanted to. But up until now, I have put "hear the call." And as I was meditating on this talk, I got, you can hear it, but you have to respond. What are you going to do with it? Embodying it. So you've got Mary, who's magnifying this divine presence, and then Joseph, who's responding and embodying it. So it's about the two coming together. And when spirit and embodiment come together, we become aware of that Christ light in everyone. And the Christ child is given birth to. Not only in the story in the world over 2,000 years ago, but in each of us as well. That divine spark is where we get to be born anew as well. The mantra for the baby Jesus is born anew in love, bringing the masculine and feminine together, bringing spirit, soul, and embodiment together, and then living it with new life, new energy. Eric Butterworth in Discover the Power Within You says, we too, like Jesus, must make the great discovery of the divinity of humanity and make the ideal of the Christ in us real in the flesh. By this principle of Christ indwelling, you can do all you need to do. So part of you is Mary, opening to receive, and part of you is Joseph, being willing to respond, and part of you is what happens when those come together and that Christ light lights up the unique soul that you are. Gloria Karpensky in Barefoot on Holy Ground says, seek love above all. When words and theories fail, when the violent upheaval of change horrifies you, and even your favorite dreams are passing, close your eyes, breathe, and ask, how do I bring love into this? Through my spiritual awareness of my Mary, through my embodying it as my Joseph, and my offering to the world as the Christ child. There's a beautiful passage from 1 Corinthians 16:14 that says simply, let all you do be done in love. Joseph and Mary and the Christ child embody that presence of love, evolutionary energy, a presence that takes us through whatever is going on. And we can do it at a deep level of soul, but we can also do it at an everyday, ordinary, commonplace level of embodiment. So let all you do be done in love to the best of your ability, and may you practice loving kindness in the world as you are love in the world, magnifying the presence of the divine, responding to the call, and allowing yourself to be born anew in love. Let us pray. Oh, sweet, sweet Spirit, abiding presence of the divine. We know that in you we live and move and have our being, but let us become more aware of that than ever before. We live with that spark of the divine. We move with that conscious choice. And we have our being, the essence of all. We are all beloved on the path of life. We are all beloved on this journey. Allow yourself to be blessed in this moment, to be seen as a child of the divine, just right as you are. And may you realize anew how blessed you are to be a channel of soul expressing through you to bless the world anew. For this time of Advent in which we can remember these truths and rededicate ourselves to the embodiment of, we give deep and abiding thanks. Om, amen, and blessed be. And so now, your deep, deep love washes over me. Inspirational song. I invite you to stand. And as we sing this, just send blessings to the people around you and allow this deep, deep love to wash over us, one and all. Your deep, deep love washes over me. Your deep, deep love
again. Your deep, deep love washes over me. Your deep, deep love fills my every need. How I long to hear your voice call out my name. It draws me to your deep, deep love. It draws me to your deep, deep love.
And let's call each other's names before we sit down. Just take a moment and make eye contact with a couple of people near you and just say, "Good morning, beloved. Good morning, beloved. Good morning, beloved. Good morning, beloved."
Good morning.
And then be seated, and I give you David.
Here we go. Good. Yeah. So this is the time in our service where we receive the offering. So I invite you to take your offering out, and we'll bless it as we do here each Sunday. Same blessing, but you know, it has the same message that we've just been talking about. We'll talk about for the next 365 days. It's all about you and what's inside of you coming forth. So together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. And we have a song that, guess what?
Christmas
It's a
carols.
gratitude song, huh?
It's Christmas. It's a carol.
Uh-huh. Go down on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Shepherds kept their watches, for silent flocks by night. Behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Shepherds came and trembled when the hope of the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Oh, tell it on the mountain, hold it. Tell it this is and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Ah, sweet, sweet Spirit, Mother, Father, God. Yeah, let's go tell it on the mountain. Within us is that Christ light, that Christ Spirit. Within all of creation is that Christ light, that Christ Spirit. We need to go tell it on the mountain. So let's take these gifts and we'll send them through this community, the larger community, and across the planet. Everybody can find that place within them where their light is there. And they can stand on the mountaintop and say, yes, it's me. I'm here. I'm born anew through the Christ within me, which is simply being love expressing. And Jesus said, don't go look for heaven out there, up there, or any other place. It's right here, right now. We just need the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and call it forth. Heaven on earth. And we can do that in our lifetime. And so it is. Amen. And we'll go tell it on the mountain. Huh? Speaking of mountains, I have a mountain of announcements. Actually, I've only got a couple, 3 of them. Hey, there's something going on tomorrow that is brand new. Yeah, there you go. Inspired World Peace. So the Baha'i community meets back in the Hearth Room, and they've been doing that for, I don't know, quite a while now. And they, at noon tomorrow, from noon to 1, they're having an Inspired World Peace Devotion Fellowship back there, and they're inviting all of us to show. And here's what their little flyer says. So powerful is the light of unity that it can illuminate the whole earth. Does that sound familiar or what? Anyway, they're inviting us at noon tomorrow. Today, white elephant. Now, you're probably wondering, what is that about? And if you're not, you've already been through it, so I won't explain it too much, except that there is something in your house or in your life that needs to move out. And we have this opportunity today to be able to facilitate that. And there's also something that you don't even know about yet that you're attracted to, and that will be there too. And then we get to practice, perhaps, non-attachment to whatever it is that you thought you wanted, because somebody else may find it more attracting to them. And it is a great chance. So we're going to form a circle here, bring a wrapped gift. Doesn't have to be fancy, just something. And we'll put it in a pile, and then we'll go through a process of just redistributing, so to speak. And for those of you who've been here before, you know all about it, and that's why you're return offenders. So anyway, be here at 3 o'clock. The other thing is the Bake to Alaska. Now, I only have about 15 people so far signed up on that. Let me explain how this is and what's going on. First of all, Bake to Alaska was reviewed by an art critic, a syndicated art critic that happens to live in Seattle. And he wrote a 3-page critique of this and was absolutely blown away by what is going on that stage down at Kesey Public Theater. So you don't want to miss it. And you don't want to miss the opportunity on Thursday to join us at that theater for a mere $30, which is less than the normal price, to see Bake to Alaska. It is a fundraiser for us. It's a way for us to build a capital fund for projects like the front porch. We don't make that much money off of that, obviously, but we're usually selling the whole house out, 77 seats, gains about $2,000 for the church, which we use specifically for heavy maintenance or new construction stuff. And we've got a couple of big things in mind that we'll talk about later. But anyway, so I invite you to come. If you haven't signed up, I really invite you to let your friends know. First of all, it would be not a good thing to have a half a house for this kind of performance. And the second thing is it gets closer, and if it doesn't look like the numbers are going to make it, I'm going to open it up to the general public. We don't get anything from that. This is an event for us, and if we open it up to the public, Key City gets it all. So I just want you to get out there and sell some tickets. I've called my neighbors. I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 tickets sold from just calling around my neighborhoods or people I know in my circles. So I invite you to do the same, only because it really does serve the church. And finally, Teresa is holding the High Watch today. She's available for personal prayer following service. It's positive prayer or affirmative prayer. Something heavy on your heart, see Teresa, or if something you want to celebrate, see Teresa, or just see her, say hi. The prayer box is in the back of the sanctuary. Your prayer requests will be held by the church for a week, and then we send them on to Silent Unity for 30 days additional prayer. So with that, I think we pretty much got things wrapped up. Yes? Oh, we did very well at the Festival of Lights, and we'll talk about that next Sunday. So the Festival of Lights was a good success in every level. So, and with that, let's create a circle around the perimeter, huh? You gotta stretch, huh? Stretch, stretch.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, united all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
And we know the
Light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Advent and Merry Christmas! Woo!
See you all at 3 o'clock today.
3 o'clock for the party.